There's something haunting about empty buildings. Faded signs, broken glass, silence where there was once laughter. This is the Orlando Sun Resort and Convention Center, a place that promised sunshine, family memories, and grand events. But now it's a forgotten ruin, and we're going to explore that today. Hi, explorers. Welcome back to the Dia the Explorer podcast. We post new episodes weekly. Sometimes we post bonus episodes throughout the week. So make sure you're subscribed on our YouTube channel, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcast. In this podcast, we like to explore all aspects of life, whether that is science, personal growth, self-help, spirituality, history, travel, and so much more. We are not a niche podcast. We just enjoy learning. So if you are like us, come join the family. We're a small but mighty community, and we're growing daily. Now let's get into the episode. So what happened? Why was this resort left to rot? In the late 1980s and early 1990s, Central Florida was booming. With Disney World drawing millions of tourists, developers raced to build hotels and resorts in close proximity to Disney in order to hone in on all that magic. But it didn't quite work out. The Orlando Sun Resort and Convention Center was one of these projects. Designed as a full-service resort with pools, restaurants, massive convention center just minutes away from the gates of Disney World. So on paper, it looked like a gold mine, right? This is why I was so surprised to hear that a hotel just 1 mile from Disney could become abandoned. It's a hotspot. I lived in Central Florida for years, and I only ever discovered one abandoned hotel, which is why I am so confused that I didn't even know about this place. I live closer to the Sand Lake area. Maybe that has something to do with it. The Universal side of things is still continuing to thrive and boom today. When I tell you guys something was always under construction because there's just so many people moving to the area and things being developed. So I'm really not understanding how this could have happened. Let's get into more details. Dreams fade fast in the Florida heat. Despite its location and amenities, the resort struggled with competition. Disney started to build their own resorts. Newer, bigger, and more luxurious resorts sprang up closer to Disney. And unfortunately, the Orlando Sun couldn't keep up. Due to a variety of factors, poor management, outdated facilities, and a lack of reinvestment only made things worse. Guests started to complain, the ratings started to drop, and eventually, the conventions, they stopped coming. And I'd imagine for a hotel with a convention center, that was a pretty substantial amount of their income. And by the early 2000s, the resort had changed names multiple times. They were desperately trying to rebrand before rebrand was ever even trending, but it never worked. Then came the final blow, the economic crash of 2008, we're all familiar with. Tourism slowed and small independent resorts could not survive. The Orlando Sun closed its doors for good, leaving behind hundreds of empty rooms and a crumbling convention center. And today, the resort stands as a decaying relic. Overgrown pools, smashed windows. Nature is reclaiming what was once an artificial paradise. But not just nature is reclaiming it. There's actually a large homeless camp that is living out of the Orlando Sun Resort and Convention Center. And I know this from a video that I watched with Explore with Josh. He was actually able to visit the resort. The B-roll that I'm actually using in this video is all credited to him. So now it's become a place where urban explorers go and they venture through the halls. So it's like a piece of history. It is a piece of history. And it's so amazing to see how this place has transformed from a massive, beautiful resort to a decaying garbage pile. I hear that it feels so eerie to just walk through there. But if you're thinking about this, I would just say be safe, because in the video Explore with Josh, they did get chased out of there by who knows what, and they were doing who knows what, because the police doesn't really monitor that resort. The Orlando Sun Resort is much more than just an abandoned building. It's a reminder that even the brightest dreams can fade. The tourism, like anything, is subject to change, decline, and sometimes a complete erasure. But in this silence, in these ruins, we find history. Stories are waiting to be told, and maybe a chance to learn from what was left behind. Thanks for watching. My name is Daya, and thanks for exploring with us. See you later, explorers.